This is the story of a man who entered a mosque planning to blow it up, and instead ended up becoming Muslim. His name is Richard McKinney, and his story was revealed in a new documentary by The New Yorker. McKinney was a former U.S. Marine from Muncie, Indiana. He served in the Marine Corps for 25 years and had completed several combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He developed a deep hatred of Muslims. McKinney says he was trained to see the Muslim soldiers he killed as paper targets on a shooting range and not as humans. His anger only deepened when he returned home to Muncie to find American Muslims, who he deemed the enemy, settling in his city.
Living in Muncie, now I was being forced to see people that I considered an enemy every time I went out the door.
Unable to contain his anger towards Muslims, he devised a plan.
My country's done with me, but I'm not done with it. I would die for that cloth. Gladly. So I came up with a plan. I said, okay, not an explosive expert by no means, but I knew enough to make a bomb.
McKinney set his eyes on a local mosque in his community in what he considered at the time to be his final mission in the war against Islam.
My plan was to detonate an IED right outside the Muncie Islamic Center on a Friday afternoon when they were all gathered, and I was hoping for at least 200 or more dead, injured, at least.
Richard decided to enter the mosque on a scouting mission. He was nervous and on red alert, convinced that the Muslims in the mosque were killers who might execute him. Instead, he was treated as a valued guest. This both confused and shocked him. Still a man on a mission, he decided to capitalize on the lack of hostility and asked the mosque members for some scriptures, which he planned to read to reaffirm his hatred of Islam. For 8 weeks, McKinney read and returned to the mosque with questions on the verses and passages he read. Each time, he was met with understanding, and after 8 weeks, he decided to convert to Islam. What started off as a mission to kill turned into one of acceptance.
I could never, in a million years, could never repay this community what they've given me. I see a lot of my actions now as a making up amends. I hope the day comes when I can forgive myself.
13 years after abandoning his plan for mass murder, McKinney is still a Muslim and works as an anti-hate activist and speaker. He also went on to serve as president of the Islamic Center of Muncie for 2 years, which houses the mosque he once planned to blow up.